準備完了です。無駄な抵抗はするな。準備完了です。準備完了です。さあ決着をつけよう。了解。
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Langrisser mobile video. I've been seeing far too many people still not know how to use Leon properly, so hopefully by the end of this video I can show you how to turn your Leon into a local Russian girl. Okay, so onto equipment. Everything is pretty flexible except for the helmet. You need to be using either the vampire mask or the horror helmet, both of which have a chance to reduce the enemy's defense by 20%. And essentially, that just means more damage for you by this much. And if you don't have either of those two helmets, then each of his skills have their own usage, but the most important skill that you must always carry is Chivalry. As for his final class, you have to pick what Gordon Ramsay would pick, and that's obviously the Strike Master. The Strike Master has more attack than the Royal Knight, but the Royal Knight does have more defense. However, you're not stacking defense on Leon, you're stacking attack on his equipment, so you're going to benefit more from the attack from Strike Master. Now I'm going to show you how to attack with Leon, utilizing the Horror Helmet. For the Horror Helmet to proc, you need to be within 2 tiles of the enemy. This means that when you activate Chivalry, you need to be either standing parallel to the enemy or diagonally to the enemy. This is so that when you attack, you get a chance to apply the defense debuff, and you can also move 3 tiles before attacking. And with Leon, you know that for every tile he moves before battle, it increases his damage by a certain percentage. So there might be different situations where you can't attack like this, so you might need to use Chivalry from 3 tiles away. This just means that you won't get the defense down, but you can still maximize your damage for the situation. And there will be other situations where you can't even do that, such as when you need to battle an enemy on terrain, such as mountain or water or even the walls. In that case, you would need to do a 1-tile Chivalry, but that also gives you a chance to apply the defense down. And actually, a 1-tile defense down Chivalry is stronger than a 3-tile Chivalry without defense down. Now pay attention to these 200 IQ plays. Let's say, for example, you're playing with a teammate, they're really friendly, they're really nice, but they have a shit Sherry and they can't one-shot this Lancer, but your Leon can. So what can you do to help them? Well, because you're using the Vampire Mask or the Horror Helmet, you can actually apply a defense debuff from your helmet onto a target that they're going to attack this turn. And in this case, it's this Lancer. So you activate Chivalry right next to them, and just make sure you're within range of another target to attack, like so. And let's say, for example, you didn't get that first defense down. Well, now you have a second chance to do it, and you can move back within 2 tiles of an enemy. And as you can see, my Leon got defense down the second time because he has the Power Stone, and now Sherry is Saitama. A mobility buff for Leon is basically an attack blessing. For every tile moved before battle, his damage increases by a certain percentage based on your star level. So whenever you receive a mobility buff from either Letitia or some other method, make sure you use it. I always see people use Chivalry despite having a mobility buff. And I want you to pay close attention to the damage dealt from a Chivalry 3-tile attack compared to a 7-tile attack. I often see people overkill enemies by using both Attack Blessing and Chivalry when they don't even need to. Attack Blessing on its own is basically a Chivalry, so unless you need to do as much damage as possible in a single turn, then using both is not optimal. What you want to do is use Attack Blessing twice without Chivalry, and then use your Chivalry buff right after your Attack Blessing buff wears out. This is really useful for prolonged fights, like Dragon or Eternal Temple, where you need to sustain your damage over time. And for my final tip with Leon, I recommend you bring Smash if you are player 1, so that you can apply the defense debuff for the players after you and their characters. That way that they all do more damage and you do more damage as a team. Definitely useful for very long fights like Dragon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. But yeah, thank you for watching.